Welcome to my video, What is a Virtual Retreat? In this video, I'm going to share with you not only what a retreat is, but also how you can host your own. Get ready. I'm going to start by sharing with you my retreat acronym that describes all of the cool things that every great retreat must have. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about how to create a virtual retreat and how to host it online, which platforms to look at. And finally, how to run a virtual retreat, how to lead it and facilitate it effectively. And make sure you stick around all the way to the end because I'll be giving you a free gift that's going to help you with your virtual retreats. Let's go. Now here's a little secret for you. I actually don't think that live retreats are all that different from virtual ones. And I tell you this from personal experience. Now, back in March of 2020, if you had asked me about virtual retreats, I would have said, no way, no, they can never be as effective. I don't want to do them. But we all know what happened in March of 2020. And I had a choice of either doing my retreat virtual or canceling it. Well, I wasn't willing to cancel it, so I went virtual. Now here we are, 15, 16 months later, over a year later, and I've chosen to keep virtual retreats as part of my repertoire forever. I love them and they are extremely valuable and effective. So here's my acronym for understanding what a retreat is and how to make sure that yours are successful and powerful. So my handy dandy acronym is, of course, the word retreat. Now the first R in retreat stands for relax. Relax is the first R and the first letter because it is so important. The idea of a retreat is that you get away. Now, when you're doing a virtual retreat, it's harder to get away. You're not leaving your home environment. That's why it's so important to invite people to create a relaxing environment for themselves in their homes. So one of the things that we do to encourage people to relax on their virtual retreats is to set aside a special room just for them, not in the living room, not in any common spaces in their house, or even to rent a hotel room and get themselves out of their normal environment so they have the opportunity to unplug and get away from their day-to-day distractions. Relaxing is such a core part of a retreat because it's what creates that down regulation of the nervous system and lets us start to create space to discover and create something new, whatever that is. The second letter is for enjoy. Whether your retreat is in person or online, it's fundamental that people enjoy it, that it be a good time, that there be laughter and good memories. One of the things that we do to help people enjoy our retreats is we have music going on during the break. And we also have dance breaks that come up often after lunch when people generally are kind of tired and losing steam or losing energy. Work in activities, exercises, things that you can do to help people have fun. The third important feature that a great virtual retreat has is the ability to tackle tough subjects. When we take the time to relax and get away and unplug, it's the perfect time to really go deeper and think about the things that really matter. What often happens is we'll come up with things that we've been avoiding or distracting from in our regular day-to-day life. So a great virtual retreat gives people the opportunity to tackle tough topics. The fourth letter is reflect. Reflect is for giving people the opportunity to not only think about their own experiences and their own tough topics that they're tackling, but also each other's. I use reflect because it's the same word that you use when you look in a mirror, you see a reflection. And so in a great retreat, it's a social thing, it's a bonding thing, it's a community thing. It's not one person by themselves retreating from everybody, it's people coming together and retreating together so that they can reflect to and with each other upon these topics that they're tackling so that they can relax with each other, they can enjoy themselves together. So the reflection part, it really is a product of the community that you're bringing together in a retreat. And this can happen just as beautifully virtually as it can live in person. Next we have emote and empathize. As I mentioned earlier, a retreat, a virtual retreat and a live in-person one, offers the opportunity to tackle these tough subjects. And a lot of times what will happen is that there are some feelings that go along with that. We realize that there have been things in our lives that we haven't been addressing, that we've been avoiding or distracting from. So a great retreat gives you the opportunity to feel those feelings, have those emotions, and also witness other people in their emotions and have the opportunity to reflect back and forth. The sixth letter of retreat is align. Align may be one of my favorite words ever, because what it stands for in this context especially is the opportunity to take this knowledge, to take these awarenesses, to take these breakthroughs and ahas and figure out, how am I going to align my life to this new truth, to this new awareness? A virtual retreat, even more than a live in-person one, offers the perfect opportunity for this piece, for align, because in a virtual retreat, they've retreated from the hustle and bustle of their lives, but they're still confronted with their life, right? They're still in it for the most part. If they're doing this retreat from home, virtually, then they have the opportunity to have these breakthroughs and awarenesses and then look at their lives and see, oh my God, I'm totally out of alignment with what I'm figuring out at this retreat. So a virtual retreat offers this particularly good opportunity to align the content of the retreat with the life that they're living. And then finally, the last T is for trust. I put trust here for you, the organizer, because so often we want to control every aspect of an event or a workshop or a retreat. And we want to have it all figured out and all planned out and all perfect on paper. And what I've discovered the hard way is that nothing goes exactly as planned. And I invite you to consider trusting that there's your plan and then there's the bigger plan, and trusting that whatever happens is part of that bigger plan. So these are my words for what describes a great retreat. What is a retreat? It's these things all woven together beautifully and led by you. Now that you know what a virtual retreat is and how it can benefit people, you might be wondering, how do you host one? Well, lucky for you, I have a whole video called How to Create a Virtual Retreat, and I invite you to go and check it out. But one thing that I want to invite you to is to really think about who you'd love to spend 3 days or however many days your retreat is going to be with. Once you have real clarity about the audience that you're going to be speaking to and hosting, everything else becomes a lot clearer. Another thing you might be wondering about is, how do you host one? Technologically speaking, what's the best platform? Well, lucky for you also, I think Zoom, which is the most broadly adopted at this point online meeting software, is still the best choice for hosting a virtual retreat. We host all of our virtual retreats on Zoom, and they are awesome. We do not use the webinar format. We use the actual meeting format. And a couple things that we do to make sure that our retreats are really effective and that people fully engage and fully participate is, number one, we have everybody who agrees to attend to sign an agreement that says that they're going to stay on camera and they're going to be there for the entire experience. That's really important, because the minute you've got 1 or 2 people jumping off camera and then they've got that black box or that picture of themselves up, right away, you lose that integrity of the experience. Right away, people, might be even wondering, what are they doing back there? Are they doing something different? Are they driving their car? I think that in order to have a powerful virtual retreat, it is imperative that everybody be fully present on camera the whole time. I know a lot of people wonder about the security risk of Zoom. There have been Zoom bombing stories, especially last year, but I would invite you to just put a password on it and make sure that you only send that link and that password to the people who have registered for your retreat. That's pretty simple and easy to do, and that's good enough protection for the most part. Finally, I want to share with you what I've learned about how to structure a retreat, how to run it. So the first thing is, I like to do my retreats in 3 days. I find that that's the perfect amount of time to get people connected to each other, introduce people to each other. The second day is good for actually doing the deep transformational work. And the third day is great for kind of getting ready to depart and go back into the real world. And a virtual retreat is no different. So day 1 is the day of possibility and connection. This is where you start to really build the relationships and build the outcome that you're driving towards over the 3 days. The second day is the day for transformation. This is usually where we do the deep work, where we have the real insights and ahas, and where really a lot of the tears usually show up. And that's the day where you also want to have a little bit of integration time at the end of the day. The temptation can be to do something big on the evening of day 2, but I recommend taking it down a notch and giving them that space to integrate, because day 3 is the day to plan to leave, right? It's the day to look at how is this going to be aligned and integrated into my life going forward. And that's the perfect day to do a really great celebration or party or something to acknowledge what has been created over the 3 days. So that's my kind of loose outline structure for a great virtual retreat. If you are someone who loves the idea of leading virtual retreats and you want to figure out how to do them and make money, then let me help. I've got a free gift for you called my Retreats to Riches Roadmap. You can get it at retreatstorichesroadmap.com or just click on the link below and enjoy.